Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Gaskins here. Hopefully you could hear me because I'm sitting back. I need to sit back today. I'm a little tired. I've been in the sun. Wasn't too hot, but Tatum had a game, had that first game. He got another one, I think at 2 o'clock, but got a little I gotta take my son to his practice for homecoming, so I am gonna miss Tatum next game. But my wife having her a blast, so I wanted to come on here and have a little Sunday chat. Not necessarily calling this a Sunday sermon, but try to get this thing. I just tried to post this, share it on there because I wasn't able to give a heads up. So let me see here. Get this here. And I come on here a few minutes early to try to make sure my internet workings, but y'all give me 1 second so I can let my Instagram story know. I'm gonna have us a little chat here today. This is something that is on my heart today. We're gonna be talking about, but I had did a video that was an hour and 25 minutes yesterday, but I had to go. And being that I had to go right away after it, I didn't get the opportunity to upload the video. And after thinking about it, that's the problem with me having time to think about it. Because when I be recording my videos, I I get a little crunk sometimes. And I just afterwards I felt a little bad, but I'm like, man, I was too crunk, man. I was too crunk. So I didn't post the video, the hour and 25-minute video that I shot yesterday. I am not gonna say I'm not gonna post it, but I have to wait and see because it's starting a war, so to speak, that I ain't sure I want to start. But check the link in the description when you get time. See where we at, see our progress. Deadline coming up, so check that. Check the deadline and you'll see that. And let me see here. But wanted to touch on this here because, and I'm calling this a spirit a little nasty, which I spoke about this on a reel, not a reel, a short before. And I call it Mr. Nasty because y'all remember the thing Mr. Nasty time. And um and so I'm calling this little nasty, which we got little ugly, we got little dummy, and we got little nasty. And this series will be kind of woven together, and we'll be kind of going from one to other, and we'll be addressing these different topics. But this is something that I'm really seeing. It's seeping in. It's seeping in, and it's starting to take over. And I was just looking up, I was looking at different scriptures that's dealing with lust, and it's really starting to take over. And what I noticed, I was one of y'all sent me a video about it was a video of a man on YouTube. I ain't gonna say his name because I ain't trying to send nobody no traffic, but he had over 500,000 subscribers, and he was a young man, looked like in his late 20s, early 30s, black guy, sound like he got some type of accent. And he got this space on YouTube where guys of different races and some black call in and ask him basically like how to what they call looks max. And my son was telling me that the most recent version of the guys questioning is asking these men, are they packing? Like basically how big they thing is. And different men probably will answer that differently. I haven't seen that in his videos. I didn't watch more than 5 minutes, and that was between 2 or 3 different videos. And it was mind-boggling to me to see young men in their 20s and 30s calling in to a self-proclaimed expert, asking him how to look better and like be more masculine and like, I guess, like get fitter, like work on their body. And he would have the guys like take their shirt off and show him their physique. And then my son told me that he now asking the guys, are they packing? And I told my son, and it's a black guy, and I told my son, I said, son, that guy sleep with transvestites. He was like, Dad, the guy's not gay. He's just probably like some type of, he probably was like a, lame or corny guy, and then he went to the gym and he got fit. I said, no, he sleep with men, because I said certain things that you do as a heterosexual man, it's certain things that you could never do as a heterosexual man. Like if I'm not a personal trainer, even if I'm a personal trainer, like my personal trainer has never asked me to lift up my shirt or to take my shirt off. It's just certain things you do as a heterosexual man and certain things you don't do. Like I'm not even comfortable sitting with my legs crossed. And because it's just a feeling, it's an internal feeling that anything that feels like feminine or something that a woman would do, like a woman, if she attracted to a man or she talking to a man, a woman want to see a man with his shirt off. A man should never want to see a man with his shirt off. A man should never want to take his shirt off to show another man him without his shirt off, especially if they don't know each other. Like it's different if you friends and you comparing physiques or whatever. That's different. But with a complete stranger on the internet in front of hundreds of thousands of other men, something is off with that. And then my son say the man, which I didn't hear that part. I probably would have fainted or like threw up on myself or went into convulsions if I heard a man ask another man, "Are you packing?" It literally it. That's why I couldn't post that video I did, because I was so incensed. I was just, because this is the men that we have today. Like we have a sector of men that ask each other their private area size. Like that's why I'm calling this spirit a spirit of little nasty. Oh my goodness, my stomach is hurting right now just talking about it. Like I'm literally physically getting sick just talking about it and thinking about this, because these are the men that will marry your daughters. These are the men that will be around your son. Like imagine a man asking your son how big his thing is. And you done bust your butt. You done worked as hard as you can work to raise your child, and your son become a 20-something-year-old man, and then another man ask him how big his thing is. And like these guys was on the camera and they like coming up close to the camera and they're like, yeah, I took the beard advice you gave me and look at my beard. Yeah. And then the guy's like, and the hairline, let me see the hairline. And they lean in. Yeah, my hairline, this where I'm at. I'm trying not to throw up right now. Like I got a bag in here I might have to grab so I don't throw up. I'm just like, are you serious? I'm like, this is called an alpha male. Like we calling a man who's sitting on a computer with a microphone on live, having other men show him their body, tell him if they have a big thing or not, show him their beard, show him their hairline. I'm like, what is this? Like, I'm like, is this all the kids who have a plan to the school, the middle school, the high school coming together for a YouTube live? I was like, are you kidding me? But you know what the root of that is? The root of it is the P word. It's the P word. And Blanca, I want to create an academy, online academy for young men. I just trying to find the time in the day. I'm like, Lord, just show me that little bit of time. I might have to start with 1 hour a month to have everybody who got sons to bring them on YouTube and let's talk about real masculinity, real manhood. I might have to charge you $10 a month now. And we have serious people on there. But my heart is broken. And that's the thing. It's like, it angers me, man. I want to wreck my car when I was talking to my son. And I had to get loud with my son. I had to get aggressive with my son. Like, I had to let him know, son, this is a punk. This man is bisexual. Because no heterosexual man is going to ask other men to take their shirt off and to tell him if they have a big thing or not. On live, public, in front of the world. That's also a little bit of the spirit of Lil Ugly. Because remember, I told you, Lil Ugly plays in your face. Lil Ugly, Lil Nasty plays in your face. And that's how the spirit disarms you. That's how the spirit distracts you, is it does it in broad daylight so that you will question yourself and you will think you're crazy for questioning it. Because you'll say, well, he can't be this or he can't be that because he's saying this in public. Like he's saying this out loud. Like he's saying the quiet part out loud. So he can't be doing this. Sharita, we ain't saying names. We ain't saying names. I don't speak names because for one, are we talking about the spirit? We ain't talking about the person. So understand that. And the reason why I don't speak names, unless I have to, or unless the name already known and everybody already know them. So now, although this guy I'm talking about got over 500,000 subscribers, I don't speak names because none of my people follow him. So I'm not finna send him 1,000,000 subscribers, have them at 1,000,000. So understand that. But this is what's out here for young men in their 20s and 30s today. Is they going to men to learn how to sleep with more women. But the thing about it is with lust can't be quenched. So when you feed lust, these men what's going to happen is they're going to sleep with women of their own race. Then they're going to sleep with women of other races. Then they're going to sleep with 2 women at the same time. Then 3 women at the same time. Then after that, they're going to sleep with transvestites. They're going to sleep with the men who still have their male part. Then they're going to sleep with, y'all give me 1 second. I got my wife calling me. Y'all forgive me. My wife just was calling me just to shoot the breeze. She done got out there probably early. I'm like, hey, what you up to? I saw I'm on live. Just called him, just shoot the breeze. She probably, hey, I got to do the Lord's work. She got to the game early. So and then they're gonna sleep with. Let me help you understand this right here. And this how you got to understand how lust works. So these men I guarantee you, every single man who calling in to these guys to get what they call looks maxing, I guarantee you 100% of them watch nasty movies. Y'all know the P word, P-O-R. Can't say everything on YouTube. They watch nasty movies. And same thing with them nasty movies. It's gonna start just basic. It's gonna start basic. It's gonna be a man and a woman, same race. Then it's gonna be a man and a woman, interracial. Then it's gonna be international, man and a woman, international. Then it's gonna be a man and two women, or it might be two women. Then it's gonna be a man and two women, or then a man and three women. Then it's gonna be two men and one woman, three men, one woman. Then it's gonna be Destiny just catch up. Y'all just catch up when y'all come in the chat. Y'all gonna have me cut the chat off. Y'all just catch up. Then it's gonna get all the way to where they watching two men. And they just gonna be on the app or whatever system they using, and they're just gonna come across it. And you got to realize these men are in their room or their bathroom by themselves. So we don't know what these men watching, because think about it. If a man or a woman, because this also coming on women, this spirit a little nasty. If somebody is watching a nasty movie and they by themselves, you already are compromised. If you watching a nasty movie, you already have a defiled spirit. So when you scrolling on this app or whatever it is, website, do you really think this man is going to be watching black and Asian, black and white, black and black, man with two women by themselves, three women, four women, white and Asian, white and Hispanic, black and Hispanic, watching all the different variations of nasty movies, and then scroll across man on man? Do you think he really just gonna skip over that? Curiosity killed the cat. These men and women who watch these nasty movies, they gonna click on that. They're gonna click on man. And guess what? If they've never done that in real life, when they watching this, it's gonna become more interesting in real life. Now, the spirit of a little ugly, they're gonna say, well, oh, Tony, how you know? For one, I've never watched nasty movies. I know because of the Holy Spirit, and because I got common sense, and because I understand lust. And I understand that lust cannot be quenched. I also understand the human mind. The human mind is curious. So if you go down the rabbit hole, you're gonna keep going down the rabbit hole. So the human mind is curious. So now these men are watching man on man. They will never admit that. But I guarantee you, if we could confiscate all of the phones and the laptops of men and women who watch nasty movies, at the least will be 80 to 90% will be watching same gender stuff. Man on man, woman on woman. At the least 80 to 90%. Because of curiosity, because of how the human mind works. And what happens is, when we are built to get married and to have one partner, and we get outside of that and we start becoming voyeurs, and we start watching other people do the deed, you lose your mind. You lose your barometer. You lose the ability to gauge what is appropriate and what's inappropriate. So that's why you see these high school boys and girls like holding hands and kissing each other and having so much intercourse and doing all of this because they're desensitized. So that's how this sector of men can come on YouTube and get on live, and men is calling in and saying, hey, I'm calling in to ask you about looks maxing. What can I do for my jawline, for my beard, for my hairline? And then have a man, and it's unfortunate that it's a black man. He making us look bad. He making us, he about had me go bleach my skin with Michael Jackson. He making us look bad. Then he's sitting up there talking about take your shirt off. I thank God that I ain't see what he asking these men how big their thing is. That's what my son told me, that his new line of questioning, his latest line of questioning is, are you packing? He curious for himself, because what he doing is he looking at their skin color, he looking at their hairline, he looking at their race, and then he saying, are you packing? So now how does the brain work? How do the brain work? When we hear this stuff, we picture it. So he looking at this man and he picturing it. He gonna end up getting off of YouTube, and I guarantee you, another 2-3 years, he gonna be on OnlyFans doing private sessions with these men saying, whip it out for me. And let me see the length of it. Let me see the girth of it. I guarantee you. Because that's how lust work. He gonna be on OnlyFans with a subscription where these men could do one-on-ones with him. Or he probably already doing one-on-ones with these men and got these men sending in D-pics. I'm guaranteeing you. These men is disgusting. These men is nasty. That's something that I would literally, if I, as a heterosexual man, if I wanted to ask another man the size of his thing, I would have a seizure. I'd rather have a seizure. Like right now, my stomach hurt. I feel like throwing up just discussing this spirit a little nasty. That's why I say you have to cut out all nasty movies. Porn. P-O-R. You got to cut all of it out. You got to cut out Angela. M-A-S-T-U-R. You can't let that right there be your master. You got to cut it out, because that's all, it's tied to the spirit a little nasty. And that spirit then trickles down to your children. Prime example. Magic Johnson. Prime example. Spirit a little nasty. Goes out slaying, slanging. 10, 12, 13 women. Look at Magic Johnson's son. Built like a defensive lineman. Built like an NFL defensive lineman, and be having on fishnet leggings and with heels. That heel be struggling. That heel, and I think he got his daddy's name. That heel be fighting for its life. And he be in 4-inch, 6-inch heels with fishnet leggings. But look at his daddy. His daddy went and got HIV from sleeping around. So when you are watching nasty movies and you touching yourself, you don't realize how that spirit affects you. You don't realize that that spirit is what have you kissing your child in their mouth. You don't realize how sensual that kiss in the mouth is. You don't realize how that can change them. Now, same thing, but you look at Dwayne Wade. A lot of y'all say that y'all think he like men. He do paint his nails. He do match outfits with his wife sometimes. And then look at his son. His son say he no longer is a son, now he is a daughter. People don't understand the spiritual aspect of this stuff. The spiritual aspect, when you allow little nasty to come in and take over, it trickle down to your kids, and you don't even realize how you watching nasty movies, masturbating, having threesomes, dealing with watching this stuff on this, dealing with transvestites, dealing with cisgenders, dealing with all of this stuff. You don't realize how that spirit affect you and how that go down to your children. And then what happened is now your children have this spirit on them, and they come up, and then they children are habits. I seen it. I see it with my family. A lot of my family, not a lot, but I got a cousin. She went, got married, had kids. Husband punched in the eye. She come to my grandma's house with a black eye. She decide she done with men. Now she want her a woman. She go and get her a woman. Guess what? Her oldest daughter become a lesbian. It passed down. So now, from her pain and trauma, she was ran away from men after she got punched in the eye. She was ran away from men, went and got a woman, and then now one of her children is a lesbian as well. That's how the spirit of little nasty work. See, I want you to start paying attention and opening your eyes. Whenever you see a child, a teenager, a young adult who want to be with their same gender, or they want to change their gender, look at their mom and daddy. Look at their mom and daddy. Like, there's some people who, just like Will Smith, them children, be walking around looking like God bless their soul. Looking like God bless their soul. You seen Will Smith's son walk up on Justin Bieber and hot dog him. Put meat leg right between Justin's cheeks. What we used to call a hot dog back in the day, before people lost their V card, the young ladies will let the man put that meat leg right there between them. When I seen Will Smith's son, I don't even know the child name, walk up behind Justin Bieber and grab him from behind and put sausage all up on the buns. I say, what in the world? Bieber was ready to swing. His little behind was ready to swing. Then he looked back and seen it was his boyfriend. They about kissed in the mouth. But then listen, who was Bieber around? Bieber was around Usher. Who was Usher around? Diddy. Who else Bieber was around? Diddy. Spirit of a little nasty. Spirit of a little nasty is coming and taking over a lot of men. And it's also coming and taking over women, but I don't study women like that because I'm a man. So I try to see what's happening in masculinity versus femininity and men who becoming feminine. Listen, if you a man and you walk up on me and put meat leg up against my booty, I'm gonna hit you so hard, I'm gonna break my hand. And I ain't just finna swing. I got to squat with the swing. I'm coming with a Mike Tyson. Ugh, and I'm gonna pretend it was just an extended reaction. Even though I turned around and knew exactly what I was doing, I'm finna knock your head off your shoulders. Just to let you know, don't you ever in your life play like that again. But we have so many men that's supposed to be masculine and they actually feminine and they want them a man. But this is the thing, you become desensitized when you get into that nastiness. And I remember even in high school, in the locker room, I had a teammate that used to run up behind guys and grab their waist and get them a couple pumps. They had clothes on. We seen it with the video with the boy who Drill Michelle, child's father. I can't remember the boy's name. He in the NBA. Video came out of him. He got his legs. He had his ankles behind his earlobe. His ankles were behind his earlobe, and his teammate digging off in cheeks. But they was fully clothed. And that's how, and see that right there let me know. If a man will do that, that let me know he is what I call a arm baby. P-O-R baby. P-O-R-N baby. He an arm baby. Meaning he sit down, he watch hours of that. You have to be, listen, as a man, if I see you put another man's legs up in the air and pump him in the booty with your clothes on, I'm Baker acting you. If I'm your coach, I'm Baker acting you. I'm sending you to the asylum. You got to go to asylum for 72 hours because you must have lost your mind. You must have a reprobate mind. You got a demon in you, boy. You got a demon in you, boy. I'm getting me some olive oil and putting it in a plastic bottle and hitting you with it. For the whole olive oil to splash all over you and then laying hands on you. I'm finna with the olive oil. Like the CIA do when they torture somebody. Lean your head back. Olive oil all over you. Laying hands on you. Boy, something wrong with you. Now, this is what they're doing. My son come telling me about the 17-year-old boy who played for Alabama. The boy now paint his nails. Talking about he doing it for his little sister because his little sister like painted nails. Boy, you want to paint your nails and you're nasty. I ain't seen it for myself. But the boy who played basketball for Duke want to paint his nails. The quarterback, I think he played for USC. Now he in the NFL. He paint his nails. Grown men normalizing painting their nails. Grown men. I told my son, you paint your nails, I'm going to take you to the middle of the ocean and drown you. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. We got to do better. We got to do better. But I'm going to tell you where it's coming from. It's all coming from pornography. It's all coming from that. Nobody sit in a room as a man and say, I want to paint my nails. Nobody sit in a room as a man and say, I want to put another man's ankles behind his ears and pump him in the boot, dry hump him with clothes on. Nobody do that. You have to be turned over to a reprobate mind. You got to be turned over to a reprobate mind. The phrase reprobate mind appears in the Bible in Romans 1 and 28, where it refers to people who God has rejected as wicked and godless. The Greek word translated as reprobate in the New Testament is adokimos, which means unapproved, that is, rejected. By implication, worthless. Turn over to a reprobate mind. According to the King James Version of the Bible, Romans 1 and 28 through 32 says that God gave people over to a reprobate mind to do things that are not convenient, such as unrighteousness, fornication, not fornication that the podcasts are struggling with. What? Fornication in there? I ain't know fornication was in there. Hey, ain't no fornication was in there now. What do Romans, now remember now, Romans chapter 1, verse 28 through 32 says that God gave people over to a reprobate mind to do things that are not convenient, such as unrighteousness. Just being unrighteous, you can have a reprobate mind. Fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, envy, murder, debate, deceit, and malignity. I don't even know what that means. Listen, look at that now. Look at that now. Malignity is a noun that means a persistent, intense desire to harm others or a quality of being very harmful and dangerous. Didn't y'all tell me that somebody with a podcast say they had thoughts of harming me? Dark thoughts. That's malignity. Somebody told me that the podcaster said he had dark thoughts of what he wanted to do to me. Bet you did. Reprobate mind. Little ugly, little nasty. Malignity is a noun that means a percent. Who that sound like? Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy. Listen, he admitted that he misjudged the malignity of his opponent. See, this right here, all these spirits that we touching on, little ugly, little nasty, little dummy, they all work together. They cohorts. And this thing is seeping in and is seeking to devour. Here we have people with a reprobate mind. And you got to be careful because now you got men. Listen, I'm going to tell you another thing, another sign. When men start trying to do stuff that's too feminine, even the dangling earring, men got the wearing the dangling earrings. And a lot of the dangling is a cross. What do the cross represent? The cross don't represent Santa Claus. The cross represent Christ. So here you got these men who watch porn, masturbate, fornicate. Some of them on top of that paint their nails. Some of them on top of that sleeping with cisgenders and transgenders, and then have the nerve to have a cross dangling earring or a cross pendant on their chain. They'll say, I can't stand them dangling earrings. Brandon say, when men wear those earrings, I'm glad y'all saying it as women, because I thought I was just being too harsh as a man when I see a man with a dangling earring. I'm like, if you have a dangling earring, to me, it means you like dang-a-lang. That's just what it gives off. You might claim to be a thug. You might claim to be a tough guy. But if you have a dangling earring, to me, it look like you want some dang-a-lang. We need more masculinity. We need more masculinity. And see, the way that some of these men dress, they be wanting to expose nipple. They be about wanting to have nipple out. Be wanting to have just a little sliver of back showing. A little sliver of chest showing. It's like, what is this outfit? what is this outfit that you have on? And then they want to make the pro athletes, so many of them want to make the tunnel like New York Fashion Week. Listen, we do not want to see them terrible outfits. Don't nobody care about them terrible outfits. You need to come in that tunnel like Jokic, whatever the man name is that keep winning MVP. That's why he keep winning MVP, because he come in jeans and a button down. Y'all boys coming in the tunnel with fishnet on, with your bike out, with nipples showing, with platform shoes, got on bell bottoms with a dangling earring, got scarves, silk scarf tied around the neck, looking like your fornicating auntie. Look like your rich broke auntie who got 12-inch dildos at the house. Come strutting down the hallway of the game. And then, I mean, be switching hips, shoulders be, and then there's some of them be want to strike a pose for the camera. Wanna, this ain't New York Fashion Week. Get your long bit behind, old muscle bite, biscuit head behind in that locker room and get ready for the game. Here you coming out here with your man purse, got your man purse on, your dangling earring, your silk scarf tied on. Boy, get your behind in that locker room and get ready for the game. Then you go out there having 1 point and a half a rebound. Then want to get on the end of the bench and cross your legs. We got to do better. I'm going to tell you, when I run for president, I'm banning porn. You watching porn, I'm putting you in prison. You sell weed, I'm going to let you out of prison. Because give me that bed. You sold weed, give me that bed. I'm putting the porn watcher in prison. You went to the strip club, you going to prison. You jacking off, you going to prison because you're nasty. You're nasty. You got to grow up. I'm going to forgive you until the age of 25. You cross 25 and you watch porn. You touching on yourself. You wearing dangling earrings. You got silk scarf tied around your neck. You got a sliver of back out. You got a sliver of nipple out. You're going to prison. We not got time for no feminine men. When we got to be out here protecting and providing for a household. And you want to have your wrist popping. You got flailing your wrist. Your legs all crossed. Like the man in the NBA. They showed the man in the NBA, his big behind. Boy, big as you is, you need 3 chairs that have room to spread your legs. This man got a legs crossed with a silk scarf tied around his neck. And then want to get sassy with the reporter. Talk about, I don't build Legos. Well, what you do with them? Sassy? Why do you have Legos and a silk scarf? What is, why is your legs crossed? And you 7'14". Why are you crossing your legs? That is a lot of leg to be crossed. Can't even walk in front of you. Knee hit me all in the quad. Then them same men get on YouTube live. Yeah, I'm coming on here to ask you questions about looks maxing. I want to know what to do with my jawline and my hairline. And then here go Black Buddy. Oh yeah, let me see you. Let me see you take your shirt off. Then here go the guy. Oh, you take my shirt off? Yeah, all right. Just get right up, take your shirt off. Listen, the Bible say godly sorrow leads to repentance. You got to start shaming some people. Some people have to feel shame so they could lead to repentance. Listen, it's not cute. No, it's cute. It ain't manly. How's you finna lead a household? It's like, okay, paint your daughter nails. Support her in painting her nails. Okay, she want to paint your nail. Let her know, baby, men don't paint their nails. Men don't paint their nails. Don't excuse that as, oh, I'm gonna paint my nails because my daughter want me to paint my nails. Let her know men don't paint their nails, so that she don't grow up and want a man who paint his nails. She ain't gonna be able to differentiate because she's like, oh, my daddy let me paint his nails when I was 7, 8, 9, 10. So I want this guy who paint nails. And then your daughter go get with this guy who got his nails painted. She come home and his ankles behind his earlobes and a transvestite digging off fennel. Oh my goodness! Oh, Dad, I came home and Caleb, I'm talking about the quarterback now. Nah, not my co-host now. I'm talking about the quarterback. What the quarterback name is his name? What the man name? Let me use another name. I can't remember the man name. One of them boys played for Duke basketball. She going, oh, Daddy, it was a man in a dress. And he was, oh my goodness. That's what you get. That's what you and your daughter get because you want to paint your nails with her. Instead of helping her understand the difference between masculinity and femininity. Help her understand the difference. Help your son understand the difference. I seen a lady. She was Caucasian. To God be the glory. She wasn't black. She was Caucasian. She was, yeah, we don't tell little Johnny how to dress. So if he wants to wear a dress, he gets to wear a dress. Some days he wants to wear jeans. Some days he wants to wear dresses. If he wants to put on heels, I let him put on heels. Like, we don't do the gender thing. He could just do and be whatever he want to be. There's a thing that's called imprinting in the animal kingdom. But it's the same thing in the human kingdom of imprinting, is where you teach your child the difference between masculinity and femininity, between boys and girls, because it is a child. This is a child. So the child will just gravitate to whatever. That's why the Bible specifically says, train him up. Train, train. Say, train him up in the way that he should go, or raise him up in the way that he should go, so that when he is old, he will not depart from it. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. You can't let a child come into the world and just do what they want to do. That is dumb. That's very backwards. Because guess what they will want to do? They will also see your firearm and they will feel rage and anger because this other kid has a crush on the same person they have a crush on. So now they want to get that firearm and go to the schoolhouse with it. I just seen the other day at BJ's restaurant, a 15-year-old boy gets a firearm and went and either took the life or shot another teenager. That come from not being trained up in the way he should go. So if you allow kids to just feel what they want to feel and do what they want to do, what will we do with anger and rage? We'll take a life. So what does training do? It teaches you emotional intelligence. So I train my boys. Blue is for boys. Pink is for girls. Now, in certain times and occasions, you can wear pink. Let me start telling that lie. I ain't never said that. Blue is for boys, pink is for girls. I don't care what Cameron did. I wore some pink one time in college because of Cameron. That was in style. But listen, I'm not finna teach somebody else that because they might go too far with it. And next thing you know, they offense somebody behind. So I'm not finna do that. Blue for boys, pink for girls. And it's hard because my youngest son, he like colorful stuff. So whenever he go pick a toy, he would always pick the toy with the most colors. It's purple, pink, orange with glitter. And for so long, I just like, baby, I don't know. Is he too young for me to tell him to just get that blue one? It's like, yeah, it don't mean nothing. It don't mean. I said, all right, now. I said, all right, now. Don't wait too late, and I have to punch him in that chest, hit him in that solar plexus now, because I'm not finna be dealing with this. And so this the thing. We got to raise boys to be men. Today, boys is being raised to be transgender. And then I'm seeing so many men that just so soft and sensitive, and they feeling a type of way, and that also could lead to aggression because they trying to show something in another way, and we got to deal with it. So you got to be careful, and you got to call it out, and men need to be men so women could be women. And if you look at it, the same spirit of little nasty is also getting on a lot of women, in the sense of the same way you got a lot of men that want to dress more feminine, you got a lot of women that want to dress more masculine. And a woman dressing too masculine is taking and hiding that trauma. It's almost like a trauma response. It's almost like, hey, I've been objectified or I've been violated. So let me put on really baggy shorts or really baggy jeans or really baggy t-shirt so that I can hide, so that I could blend in, so that I could look unassuming. Instead of dressing feminine and looking like a woman and walking in your femininity, and then developing the strength to speak truth directly to a man's face while having on your feminine outfit when you are a single woman. And what we don't realize is the devil is in the details. So Satan, he infiltrates music, he infiltrates media, and he infiltrates fashion. Satan infiltrates every area. So with the fashion, if you notice, a lot of fashion designers, male fashion designers, are homosexual. A lot of the designer clothes that we wear is created by a homosexual man. So think it not strange a couple years ago when fashion started becoming very feminine for men and men's jeans was skin tight where you could see the vein in our scrotum. The pants was so tight. It's because the homosexual fashion designer wanted to dress men in a way that he can lust after the male physique. But men, the NBA players primarily, thought it was just fashion forward. No. That designer want to see you looking like Zaddy in his outfits. And he have a homosexual spirit on him. And he knows that because you got money and you can afford his clothes, he's going to put this spirit on you. So he could see you as a perceived, supposed heterosexual man dressing like Zaddy. So he could sit there and lick his chops when all your glutes and booty muscles is bouncing while you walking down the tunnel for the game. When you getting ready to go play a competitive sport, you dressing like a streetwalker, prostitute, walking down the tunnel going to the game. Got all your chest out, little chest hairs, or your little razor bumps from shaving your chest, little necklaces on there. Like, man, listen, man, my 7-year-old son watching you walk down there looking like Bishop Don Juan on drugs. How we finna come to the game and you walking around here looking like you ready to switch sides? It's ridiculous. How you want somebody to give you their daughter hand in marriage and you sassier than she is? You out dressing her. She got to sit on the couch with her legs open, sipping malt liquor, waiting on you to get out the mirror. And you the man. You beat her to the nail salon. Beat her to the facial bed. She got the budget around your maintenance. She's like, oh, well, I guess I can't get a facial this month because you've had 2 of them. How many more are you going to get, Russell? I ain't talking about my security guard. His name Russell. It's ridiculous. And this, so it's like I'm trying to stay positive. One of my homeboys came to me. He said, Tony, man, came to my seminar. Say, Tony, man, isn't it your goal to give women hope? I said, no, that's not my goal. I said, I don't care how a woman feel. I'm gonna give her reality of what she might face. So I'm not in here finna tell her, oh yeah, it's millions of amazing, masculine, stoic, emotionally intelligent men. No, I'm gonna tell her the truth of this. Probably what you're gonna have to face at first, but you're gonna have to keep dating until you meet the one. And you might have to go on 100 dates before you meet one. But you got to realize it's a marathon, not a sprint. Take your time, keep your head up. Like the quote say, success is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. I think it's Albert Einstein quote. Listen, I got to give you reality. And then it's like grown men on TikTok slapping hips, doing all this with their hips. All that right here. I'm like, Man, if you don't sit your musky behind down doing all that doggone gyrate, if your name ain't Chris Brown and you ain't on somebody's stage making millions, get your musky behind off of TikTok doing all that dancing. I've had about slap my son upside the head. Man, don't be doing all that around me, man. All that TikTok mess. The devil in the details. So now that's why we have so many sassy men online. And that's why these men is on these podcasts bashing women, because they want the woman's spot. They want to be taken care of. And the guy he called himself joking doing the soft life for men. I don't know what it was called. I don't know, Soft King or somebody. What it was called for the men that he had they soft life, and the dude making all this money selling the shirts and all of that. All that right there. While he's joking, some people ain't know he was joking. It's men taking that serious. They want a woman to pay for the date. The whole date now. They want the woman, they want the woman to be able to pay their rent, pay their car note. They were trying to spin it like a joke, but the devil in the detail, that's how he'll come to you, like a joke. The devil, if you notice, the devil come to us through music, through movies, through media, through fashion. So the devil come to you on the YouTube live, Instagram live, on TikTok, on the radio, on the music, on the movies. Just like the movie they got right now, Deliverance. You watch that movie you want to. You watch that movie you want to. You going right to hell with them people. Here it go right here. Look here. Lee Daniels. I don't know what the movie is about, but it just got demons in it. That's all I know. Lee Daniels, ain't he gay? So how is a man, how you gonna go watch a movie with spirits in it by a man who got the spirit a little ugly and a little nasty on him? And then somebody said they said on set during the taping they had to have a pastor to pray for the cast members. So how is little ugly, the demon a little ugly and the demon a little nasty, gonna do a movie and then bring God into it, bring pastors on the set? You're going to hell if you the pastor who went there to pray. How was you finna go pray when somebody playing with demons by choice, for fun, for film and entertainment? You ain't going to pray for no real, you ain't going to pray for no real, you ain't going to cast no real demon out. These people conjuring up the demons. You're grieving the Holy Spirit. This is fictional. So they bringing real demons to fiction. Trying to talk about they telling somebody's trying to talk, they telling somebody's story. I think I seen something a little few seconds talking about it's from a true story, a lady's story. Okay, let her have that story. Oh, all right, let her tell it. I'm not finna reconjure the demons up. Well, y'all crazy, boy. Y'all is crazy. But see, this the world we live in. I got to leave here, take my son to his thing for school in a little bit. Hey, T. Probably got their AirPods in, getting all that radiation to the brain. Y'all give me 1 second. I don't want to yell and yell. Y'all forgive me. So this is the thing. These spirits, they ain't coming to play. These spirits coming to kick butt and take names. You can't have no parts of these spirits. If you see somebody got a spirit a little ugly on them, spirit a little dummy on them, spirit a little nasty on them, whatever y'all call it, Jezebel, Leviathan, succubus, whatever you call the spirit, you see somebody got spirit on them, don't eat their food, don't watch their podcast, their YouTube, don't listen to their podcast, don't watch their movie, don't sit next to them at work, don't have nothing to do with them demonic spirits. Don't let your daughter date no boy who paint his nails and be switching his hips. And you got to talk to him, and you got to really, and you got to be real with him. You see one of these young men paint the nails, say, hey man, I want to ask you a question. It's just a personal question, but just between me and you. Do guys your age watch porn? See, that's how you got. Yeah, yes, guys who watch it. Do you watch it? This really? Are you asking me that? Well, if he look like he lying, you watch it. Boy, you watch it. That's why you paint your nails. Get on up out my house, man. No, bro, we ain't gonna be able to do that. We ain't gonna be able to do that. Man, listen. I would disown my son. He paint his nails. I'm turning you over, man. I'm turning you over. Now it's between you and God. God bless you. God bless you. Because see, I'm gonna train my sons up in the way that they should go. And if they choose to go the wrong way, God bless you. That's what Jesus died for. Jesus died for you. I ain't finna condone what you got going on. I'm not condoning it. Between you and the Lord. Now, lean on the everlasting arms of the Lord. We got these Christians who got a spirit a little nasty on them. I think they said, I couldn't really pick up what was being said, but it sounded like Kurt Franklin was saying he got a gay son. I just seen a little clip that somebody sent me when he was talking to Cam Newton. It sounded like he said he got a gay son, but I couldn't really decipher if that's what I was hearing. But I don't know if y'all is that what they were saying on there? Correct me if I'm wrong, but correct me if I'm wrong now, because I just don't know. He does. Okay, that's what I thought that he was kind of saying. So now, think this is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Y'all see the connection? Here you got Magic Johnson, and then he got his son being fishnet leggings with 6-inch heels. That heel be struggling to death. That heel be down there hollering for his life. Please sit down somewhere. Oh, EJ, please. That heel be down there sweating, struggling. And then Magic Johnson will post the picture. I ain't gonna better post a picture. I ain't gonna better put EJ. Hey, keep your head up, son. Love you. Hey, sit down real quick. Take another picture. I'm not finna condone that. Not finna condone that. All right, that's what you want to do. All right, go ahead. You want to fish legs and your heels? All right, go right on about your business. But no, you're not finna photobomb me. Absolutely not. Can't nobody even focus on me in the picture at 6'8" tall because you got on fishnet leggings down there. Come on now. So now, listen, now here go the same man. Now, when you look at Kurt Franklin, he is up there doing gospel music. All that. Kurt, what do this got to do with the Lord? Why is your miniature self lifting weights to get arms, to wear sleeveless shirts, to gyrate on the stage. You are too little. Stand on the stage, not being able to hold a tune and direct the choir and do what you did when you started out. Abba, Father, and then let the choir, Abba, Father, I will praise you. That's all I need for you, Kirk. I'm trying to watch. I don't want to see your little behind up there doing all of that and you cha-cha sliding and doing all of this here. And then guess what? That's a spirit of little nasty. And then now he talking about he got a gay son. You see what I'm trying to tell you? People don't think about the spiritual and how spirits transfer. How is somebody who got the audacity to do Magic Mike dances to the Lord gonna have a gay son? Because of spiritual transfer. And then get up there and say the church is weaponizing marriage. It need to be. It need to be. That's what everything need to be preaching about. Get your behind married. The reason why the church is so-called weaponizing marriage is because the pastor tired of Cain Dangerlanes in there sleeping with all the parishioners. The women walking in the church, all this monostat and Vagisil keep falling out the pew because everybody in there is yeast up because all the men in the church keep meat slanging around everybody. That's why we talking about getting married, because people on the yellow couch keep fornicating, and then on the other podcast fornicating while they talking about money and could get a nest egg and could get an investment and be debt free, but can't come out of fornication. God don't care nothing about your money. He cares about your spirit. You think God, you could be in all the debt in the world. Debt ain't a sin. You just become servant to the lender. But debt ain't a sin. That's why the Bible absolved it after 7 years. That's why when the man who owed the king went, the king gave him grace. That ain't no sin. But you know what is a sin? Fornication. God not finna send you to hell for your credit score. He gonna send you to hell for your defiled bed score. That make too much sense. You notice how people who remain in filth with a perverted spirit, it transferred to their children. You got to come out that spirit. You got to be either abstinent or married and faithful. And you got to be faithful in your mind too. Meaning you can't be watching nasty movies and touching on yourself, because you still building that spirit. So now, because you got that spirit on you, when you changing your baby diaper, you doing too much. You doing too much. You trying to change your baby diaper, you doing too much. You got too much going on because you got that nasty spirit on you. Baby down there, baby down there, child 5 years old, you still in there cleaning your baby. You got that nasty spirit on you. So now here go your son. Why? Because you nasty. So now your son got a spirit on him. Your daughter got a spirit on him. Because you as the parent never came out of filthy lucre. You never came out of your lasciviousness. You never came out your fornication. You never came out your debauchery. You never came out of your sexually immoral spirit. So now your child walking around sassy and fast, mannish, fresh, getting the lining tore out of them. Why? Because you're nasty. And you didn't want to grow, didn't want to change your life. See, the thing about it, I look at people. It's some men that I see, and I'm like, I don't even trust that man changing his daughter diaper. I don't trust that man what he doing with his finger to his daughter. Because I know women who they father slept with them, they biological father. I done coach 2 or 3 women. 2 of them wrote a book about their biological father sleeping with them. One of my clients had her first child from her biological father. The man could not separate. Unfortunately, both of these was black people. I know it happened all the time in the white race as well, because as black people, we almost thought white people created incest. Now, in the Bible days, in the beginning, populating the world, but then we got enough people to where you don't have to sleep with your cousin. Y'all got to forgive my wife texting me. It's some men I know personally, and I'm like, I hope he don't change his daughter diaper, because I don't trust what he do with his fingers to his daughter, who was a baby and don't know the difference. But see, people don't think about the correlation between pornography and that defiled spirit. And people just try to be so innocent and try to be like, oh, there's nothing wrong with porn. Like, that's not going to make a man touch his daughter inappropriately. You're crazy. I love my daughter. I will never do anything like that to my daughter. You're crazy. You're disgusting. If what you think watching porn is disgusting, you disgusting, because you watching someone do what is private. Because if it was intended to be watched, then we would all do it in public. We would just be at the restaurant. Yeah, could you get my water with some lemon? Okay, hey, yeah, stand up real quick. Yeah, pull them drawers down. Yeah, come here. Yeah. Oh, thank you, right? Yeah, I'm gonna have the croquettes and yeah, all right. Hey, yeah, give us some. Yeah, all right. Put your mouth on it. Okay, yeah. If porn was normal, then we would be able to just go out everywhere we at and just. That's what lets you know it's debaucherous. That's what lets you know it's filthy. That's what lets you know it's demonic. The fact that you got to go and go out your way to watch somebody do something. So guess what? If a man watch porn, he's not changing babies around me. No, let the nanny do it. Let the nanny do it. Let the nanny do it. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. If a man tell you he had a problem with porn, he to be with him, you gotta have him give you approval to put an app on his phone, a child monitoring app on his phone, to make sure he ain't going to no pornography websites or apps, and on his computer to make sure he ain't doing none of that on there. You got to make sure he is delivered, and not like the man, I've been delivered. I don't like mans no more. I said, boy, you about as delivered as a. But ye bit more delivered, you got up there to get you some behind. So that the men in the church will slide in that DM. But see, guess what? Remember I told you about that spirit of little ugly? That spirit of little ugly wants. That spirit of little ugly want that platform. It want to get up there on the stage. It want to have a podcast. It want to have a YouTube channel. It want to be out there in front of people to be exposed, to be out there, to get more access to other people with a weaker spirit that they could pounce on. See, you got to be careful when you meet a man or a woman and they into pornography, they into masturbation, they into all this stuff, they into this foolishness. Go on about your business. They not the one. Because one thing you cannot do in the physical is you cannot war with spirits in the physical. One thing you can't do when people come to me like, Tony, what I'm gonna do with they must such and such got a porn addiction. I say, listen, that's a battle you don't want to fight. You can't win against addiction. They gotta want to change, and they gotta want to do the work. You're gonna lose all your hair, teeth, everything dealing with that person, because that stuff is strong. You got to have a desire inside of you to not want to get into that stuff. You got to know. But see, our society normalizes filth. Our society normalizes what is disgusting, what is debaucherous, what is ungodly. We normalize it so that we become desensitized. I could always tell when a grown man watch porn, because he will let his daughter wear booty shorts. They're literally at the soccer field. You will see a family walk in front of you, and as you is scanning this family, I told my son this today. I say, anytime you see a 12-year-old girl and she got all her legs out, I say, start looking at the men.
Coop just called me, said that he'll take me if I just get dropped at Walgreens.
Okay, what time?
Said to get there around like 1:30, so I have to leave.
Okay, all right. Crank up the call.
I'm assuming then he'll take me back home to Walgreens as well. So.
All right, crank the call up. Praise the Lord. Only gotta take him up the street. Friend going. My son got a car. He still ain't learned how to drive. Schedule just don't be allowing it. But guess what? I passed so many wrecks, I ain't rushing him. If he ain't got that much gas on his chest, I ain't gonna rush him. I hate having that I had to pay for the brand new car. If I knew he wasn't gonna be driving at 17, save my money. Listen to me. I told my son, you see somebody with them legs out, look at the men, and you're gonna see grown men looking at this 12-year-old girl head to toe and will watch her walk. See, I study humans. And these little girls, sometimes the bottom of their booty cheek be hanging out they short. Now they be typically Caucasian. And if you are a man and you've ever been out there, then you know Caucasian women on average get it in. Another level. They get it in on average. You gonna have your some that might be a virgin, might be whatever, but I never met her. But that, you know what that tell me? Your daddy nasty. How you got a whole hairy, musky daddy, and you out here with booty shorts on? Never. My daughter's shorts, if I had a daughter, her shorts gonna come to bite to the middle of her thigh. Only way she finna have on some tights, some leggings, all that, she on the track or she on the volleyball court. Soon after that, put your sweats on. And if I walk with my daughter, I'm looking every man in their eyes. Just to check that pervert in them. Don't be looking at my daughter, boy. Get your teeth slapped out your mouth. But these men just be walking, just prostituting their daughter. Booty cheeks hanging all out. You know what that let me know? He addicted to porn. He watched so much porn that he is desensitized, and he does not realize how indecent it is. And he don't realize how perverted the rest of these men are, because they watch porn too. But see, because I don't watch porn and I don't masturbate, it's like I be feeling like a fish out of water. I be like, don't nobody see that all these grown men staring at this little girl, or this woman or this person like that. Like, don't nobody see this. When I be at teenage girls sports, and if they got on like tights and stuff, I start looking at the men. Some of the men be a little too. I said, boy, you don't know that much about volleyball to be leaned forward with that lip bit. You don't know that much about volleyball. You ain't that into volleyball now. What's really going on? But you know what? That spirit come from that right there, the root cause. So now that I talked about it, this man who on there talking to these other men, asking them the size of their angle lane and all of this, y'all might see it come up on your thing. And if you see it, if you watch it, you giving him some money. So understand that. So don't watch more than one video. And you're going to see these grown, musky men come on the camera to another man and say, yeah, I come on here and ask you, you know, what I could do about looks maxing, and like what I could do about my beard and get my beard full, and what I could do about my hairline. And then you're going to hear the man say, yo, take your shirt off. Yeah, how big are you packing? And you just going to ready to do that computer like that. Ugh. You just going to be ready to take your iPad and just leg cut, bleed. You going to be ready to just take across the other leg and just, Then you might just be ready to take that crashed iPad and just, That's what I felt like. I felt like diving in the deep when I seen that. I said, Lord, I thank you. I said, Lord, I know I'm called by you because you ain't let me have no daughter. Lord, I thank you that I got 2 sons. Lord, I thank you because, Lord, you knew. Your word say you will not put more on me than I could bear. And, Lord, you knew I would do life in prison behind my daughter. I said, Lord, I thank you. You love that. Let me know, Lord, you love me and you called me to this work because you knew I'd be doing life in prison behind my daughter. Listen, Tony Gasson here. Click the link in the description box. Check us out. See where our progress is. See what the deadline is. Some of y'all been writing and saying, hey, Tony, this one level sold lot. Hey, got to move faster. Lesson on procrastination. Lesson on procrastination. Lesson on sleeping on the Lord. Blessings and favor on his children. So, hey, if you can't get in, you can't get in. God bless you. Keep your head up. God bless you. Keep your head up. Click the link in the description for me. Check it out. See if you want to join the investment opportunity. We'll talk soon.